Welcome to Football Scientific. I am the professor of football, Aaron Sauter. I am in my living room today. I suffered a ruptured tendon in my knee last night, so I'm home on injured reserve myself. But even with that, we are ready to cover the CFL Playoffs. Remember, I write for footballanalysis1.com. I cover the NFL. Check out my articles. I write for CFLnewshub.com. Cover the Hamilton Tigercats at the CFL. And I write for UFLnewshub.com. I covered the Orlando Storm of the UFL. During this time, which I'm out with an injury from teaching, our coaching season is over. We lost a playoff game on Friday, so I don't have to worry about missing coaching, which is nice. Although it's unfortunate we lost. We are shooting from home here. I'm in the living room rather than in my office. So either way, boom. Tyler the Tiger is still my guest host. Tyler the Tiger here. Right up, ready to go. Ready to talk about the CFL playoffs and some other little news and notes. Yep, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I'm disappointed though. Why are you disappointed? Tigercats lost. Tigercats lost in the East Finals, and Montreal's going to the Grey Cup. That stinks. Why did we lose? We just didn't play that well, I guess. I guess that's it. Let's break it down. Let's break down the CFL playoffs. Okay, let's break it down. Here we go. First, the game Tyler just referenced, Montreal Alouettes at Hamilton Tigercats. It was 3 p.m. on Saturday. The East Final Championship for the East Division. Montreal Alouettes came in. Davis Alexander undefeated in his career in the CFL as a starter. Threw for 210 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Nothing groundbreaking, but he did run the ball for 64 yards and extended several drives. So he didn't blow their doors off, but he did play pretty well. Boom. Montreal ran the ball for 140 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Stevie Scott III had 48 yards rushing, but the leading rusher was Davis Alexander. 1 quarterback sack. Wide receiver Tyler Smith had 1 touchdown. Solid but not groundbreaking game for Montreal. They did play good defense. The Hamilton Tigercats, Bo Levi Mitchell came out 269 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. A good game, but not a great game. And was the talk was he threw for 5,000 yards. He's top throwing quarterback in the league, but it doesn't matter in the regular season. It matters what you do in the postseason. Okay, and Bo Levi Mitchell didn't really show up for this game, I don't think. He didn't show up big time for the game. So, another thing that happened was they didn't run the ball well. Greg Bell only had 66 yards rushing. They had 75 yards rushing overall, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Shamar Bridges did have a touchdown for a receiving touchdown. They did have 2 quarterback sacks. Not enough. Kenny Lawler did catch the ball several times for 117 yards. But overall, Hamilton Tigercats, even though they had some explosive, experiences in the regular season, could not recreate those in the postseason, and they are out. And Montreal punched their ticket for the Grey Cup next week in Winnipeg. In the West Final, we have the BC Lions, the Saskatchewan Roughriders. BC, they came in. I thought they would win this game, and they had a really good chance to do it. There's spoiler alert. Nathan Rourke threw for 290 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They had 71 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Nathan Rourke had the 2 touchdowns with 6 yards rushing. James Butler had the rest of those yards, 57 rushing yards. Wide receiver Keon Hatcher had 1 touchdown. So nothing bad. I mean, threw an interception. They didn't run the ball well, really. Nathan Rourke ran the ball well. They didn't run the ball well other than that, and that's usually not going to help you win the game. Saskatchewan Roughriders came out. Trevor Harris threw for 305 passing yards. That's a huge day. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's amazing. 128 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 fumble. AJ Ouellette had the 113 rushing yards and 0 touchdowns. Kean Schaefer-Baker had a touchdown, a receiving touchdown. And, that's pretty good. Tommy Neal had another touchdown as a receiving touchdown. But big thing in this game was BC had control of the game until the end of the 4th quarter. On the last second drive, in the last minute of the game, Montreal drove already down and scored a touchdown, winning the game. So BC came up short. Saskatchewan won his game 24-21 with a game-winning touchdown. So it's going to be Montreal and Saskatchewan in the Grey Cup Championship. Our final matchup in Winnipeg, so we'll see how it goes. It's probably the two best defensive fronts in the league and two best offensive lines in the league. So Davis Alexander's undefeated. He'll be a favorite, I'm sure. Trevor Harris has won a Grey Cup before, so we'll see. And the AJ Ouellette has won a Grey Cup before, and he's really good. Okay, as a running back. For the teams that are not playing anymore, they dumped all their practice squad players for the most part. So BC Lions released global kicker Ross Bulger, American wide receiver Isaiah Winstead, American linebacker Devin Richardson, national wide receiver Hergy Mayala, American offensive lineman Tyran Walker Hunt, national defensive lineman Anthony Bennett, national offensive lineman Brandon Yates, national offensive lineman Alex Berniak, American running back Jordan Terrell, American DB Marquise Bridges, and American linebacker Jeremy Lewis. Tiger Cats also dumped their frac slot players and made them free agents. American running back Kevin Brown, national defensive lineman Cale Dava, national linebacker Daniel Cuomo, and American defensive lineman Philip Webb, national kicker Michael Demagala, American linebacker Ryan Mead, American wide receiver Myron Mitchell, global punter Josh Green, American wide receiver Moochie Dixon, American defensive back Zamari Walton, and national wide receiver Sheldon Furvius. And then the Calgary Stampeders did sign American defensive line Devontae O'Malley to a future roster spot contract, So that was your most recent transactions in the CFL. In the NFL, some action today. The New York Giants came up short against Chicago Bears yesterday, losing another game. They're going 2-8, and now they've officially fired head coach Brian Daboll. That makes offensive coordinator Mike Kafka their interim HC, and they're looking for a head coach now. Cincinnati Bengals say Joe Burrow is going to return to practice in limited format from his toe injury. He may return next month, is what the word is. So we'll see if they're in position to make a playoff run. If so, I bet he comes back. So that is the show for today. Pretty short show. Battling through the knee injury. Tomorrow we'll have a big NFL show. Once this Philadelphia versus Green Bay game is played tonight, we'll see what happens. We picked Green Bay to win. So we'll see what happens there. And have a good night. Thanks for joining Football Scientific today. Oh, also check out footballanalysis1.com for some articles I've written. Check out CFLNewsHub.com. Check out UFLNewsHub.com. Okay, and we'll probably get into some X's and O's later in the week or whatever, but it's going to get these business things and write some articles and have a great time. Okay, so that's Football Scientific for today. Now we'll close the portal.